Hello, humans, and welcome to the Cartridge and Disc Podcast. Oh my gosh, Xbox hit it out of the park. It's very few times when you get somebody just hit it out of the park, right? And specifically when it comes to video game companies, they always fall flat. But to me, these guys did what they had to do. They did exactly what they had to do. They understood the mission, right? Every time I kept hearing world premiere, and I keep seeing Xbox, Windows, PC, Steam, exclusive. That to me was the moment I understood, right, that they knew their mission and what they had to accomplish here. Pretty much PlayStation just gave them an open door to do this, and they came through. This is the first time that during this gaming generation, Microsoft has really put out their exclusive titles, things that they're working on. And, the fruits of their labor as far as, buying all these different game studios and all the work they've been doing in the background has really been shown off, right? I think clearly today is a day you will remember as Microsoft drawing that line in the sand and saying this is the Microsoft experience, right? Where they're saying all players are welcome. I think that was one of the most important lines from Phil Spencer, whether it's on PC, on the cloud, what have you. He's telling you, if you're on other platforms, if you play the PlayStation, if you play Nintendo, we got other ways of you guys joining in without having to buy a console. And that really is their model going forward. I mean, let's talk about Starfield. I mean, you could just play that game forever. I don't know how I would have time for anything else other than Starfield. The controller, the watch, I think are pretty cool. The headset, that's all stuff that's just going to blow out. And I don't even know how to purchase it, right? And nor do I have the time to look it up, but I'm sure it's going to go out. And let me tell you, for me, a highlight was the Persona remake, right? Persona 5 Tactical. As an Atlas fan, right, it's great to see that they have a relationship with Sega that goes way back. Remember, the original Xbox was the Dreamcast too, right? The spiritual successor of the Dreamcast was the Xbox. So these companies have had a long-term relationship for a long time now, and it's also amazing to see that new game that they're developing from the creators of Persona 3. Oh my God, dude. Now this opens a door for the Japanese market too, right? People that love JRPGs, they can play on the cloud, they can play on the Xbox Game Pass. And let me tell you, I'm not a fan of one exclusive company. I'm not. I like all three companies. As you know, I own all stocks, right, in these companies. But to me, it becomes a better gaming environment when they're all strong, right? When they all have great products to put out there, because that makes everybody else just, have to raise up their game in order to stand out, and clearly Sony thought that they had it all wrapped up. It reminds me when, you have two sports teams or maybe two boxers and one of them feels pretty confident that they're going to win the fight. So they let their guard down a little bit and all of a sudden, whack, they get hit with a big shot, right? Or that underdog is coming back. And that's what happens here today, right? Microsoft came out swinging. Xbox came out swinging, man. And not only that, talk about hardware, right? The new 1 terabyte Series S is coming out for those people who want more storage, not necessarily are into, fancy graphics. So there you go. Right, and $349, it's a good entry point. It's going to be cheaper than the Amico. Oh my gosh! So there is just plenty of positivity, man. And let me tell you, I haven't felt positive about the games on Xbox for a long time because they haven't had exclusive. I've been very positive on the Game Pass and that business model going forward because I think it's the way of the future. It's the way that we're going to get to sample a lot of games. But let me tell you, as a whole, okay, 11 games announced. I think that is pretty awesome. going into Starfield, what I saw is great. I mean, my problem right now is how the hell am I going to have time for all this thing? I don't, especially with a newborn. I'm going to have to pick and choose my poison. I'll get to enjoy things from afar, maybe get a little taste of here, maybe a little taste of there. But I don't have enough time for all the games that I saw that I wanted to play. The other thing that this did, guys, is if you really think about it, you could just be a Microsoft player. I mean, if you just like Starfield, 1,000 worlds, are you kidding me? As much time as people put into Skyrim over the years, what's going to happen now to Starfield? I mean, I could just see hours and hours and hours. I mean, as I'm going to be playing that game, I have to dedicate one day of my gaming just to Starfield, right? And let me tell you, I like that game so much that, if it means cutting down on YouTube, hey, I'm a gamer first, right? I'm a gamer first. I talk about games second. So, overall, guys, it's one of those few times that you feel very positive in gaming because you see a good turn in competition. And like I told you, to me, when all three companies are putting out great products, that is just a better environment for the whole gaming industry, right? Because competition breeds innovation. Innovation brings entertainment. Not only that, it brings it in value. Because these companies not only compete on having the better game, they also compete in dollars for you, right? They compete for your dollars out there. And they know that, especially in these tough economic times, people are going to spend their money wisely. So what are you going to do? Which one are you going to pick? And if you're getting all these games day one on the Game Pass, I think a lot of new players are going to come on board because they're going to say, why am I going to spend now $70, $80 on a single game when I can just sign up for the Game Pass, for whatever the amount is going to be now with all these new games, $20-$25, and then get a sampling of all these games. So I think they're really raising the bar. It's going to make Nintendo raise their bar, and definitely shots have been fired. And Sony really has to step their game up here. Their next showcase, they can't come out flat like they just did, because their show compared to this was a complete disaster, right? Phil Spencer really did a great job on this one. The team did a great job. The double presentation, I mean, guys, I'm just happy. As an Xbox fan, as a Microsoft fan, as a fan of video games, I think this is a great day, and this is a turning point for Microsoft. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I earned your subscription. Make sure to hit that like button. And if you'd like to, please subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.